is no secret that I love playing with fashion, and in today's video I have a massive Shein haul for you. It came about because I love trying new styles. I'm at that stage in my life where my kids are a little bit older. I don't have to dress just practical anymore for running around with small kids. I can now dress more just for me. So I'm still exploring my personal style, and I do that by simply just trying different things. So I picked up, as I said, 10 or 15 pieces or something like that we're going to try out for today. Because I have so many pieces, I won't be going into details about fabrics and all those sort of things. I'm going to jump straight into the pieces, and you can just go and check everything in the description box. I will leave the sizes that I'm trying on. My measurements are down there as well. My shapewear, I do wear shapewear in all my videos. Everything is linked in the description box. And then if you want to know more about a piece, then just click on the direct link down there, all right? But a massive Shein haul, let's get stuck into it. I want to start with the trousers that I'm wearing because I think I have found my perfect trousers. I've already ordered these in 3 more colors. I think there was another 5 colors, but I'm in love with these. They are a typical trouser material. There is absolutely no stretch in them, so just keep that in mind. But they have the perfect fit on me. They are a looser of a straight leg, I will call them. There's a slight bit of boot cut to them. There's a slight bit of looseness to them, but look, they skim beautiful over my belly, but they don't have a ton of extra material, and they have a great fit on my booty as well. I love these. On top of that, length is perfect. I could still go with a kitten heel if I wanted to, but equally they work with sneakers, flats, whatever. I just love them. I love them so much. We got pockets, we got belt loops as well, so it has all the criterias, and they just have a perfect fit. If you are looking for new trousers and ain't too tall, because obviously they're just the right length for me, give these a try. Give these a try. This one is one of those that I desperately wanted to try, but I also knew that it wasn't going to work for my body. But it's been on my wish list for a long time. It's been in my basket several times. And I thought, that's it. Just take the plunge and order it and try it, and you can just return it. And that's what I'm going to do. The reason I knew in advance it wasn't going to work for me, it's drop shoulders. As you very well know, I detest drop shoulders. I knew this beforehand. It's also double-breasted, which for someone like me, especially an apple shape where I carry all my weight around the middle, tend to make you look a little bit broader. So a double-breasted is not always the best, especially on apple shapes. But I had to get it out of my system. Quality is absolutely gorgeous. I really do love it. It's nice and soft. This is supposed to have been like a little bit bigger, but maybe that's just if I had ordered a size bigger. I don't know. It's pretty. It's lovely. It has a perfect fit. It just doesn't suit my body, but at least now I've tried it and it's out of my system. You've guessed it. It was the color I fell in love with. Absolutely 100%. It's so, so beautiful. I love the jumper, but I'm not madly wowed by it. I have to have it. And the reason, well, there's 2 reasons. First of all, and I kind of knew this beforehand, the design of it here just makes me all bust. I guarantee you when you're sitting looking at me now, you're looking at my bust. Your eyes keep landing here, and it's because the way the design has been made. This would be great if you have a smaller chest and you want to emphasize the area, but for someone like me who have a very large chest, it just doesn't work. Also, the color. As much as I love the color is wearing me. When you look at the screen overall, you see the jumper. You don't see me wearing a jumper, you see the jumper wearing me. And that's the wrong way around, and that's how I know that it's not the right color for me. It is a gorgeous jumper though. It has a great length. Now, most of us wouldn't wear it like this. We would pull it up a little bit, but even pulled up, it does cover the belly. Can you see that? So it's a great length. It does have a great fit on my body. It's a raglan sleeve, so there is no shoulder seam. It's just the sleeve goes all the way up to the neckline. I love raglan. It's pretty. I love the jumper, but it's just not for me. Next up, a pretty t-shirt. A basic t-shirt with a little detail of a little bit of ruching, a bit of gathering here on the side, and then we have 3 little buttons here. I love this because it has like a wrap style look to it. Does it open? It actually does. There is a little snap in there, so you could actually open it up if you wanted to show a little bit more cleavage. That is pretty. And the snap is black as well, so you don't really notice it. That is brilliant. I'm just going to close it like that. I still think it's open enough like this. It is such a pretty t-shirt. Basic t-shirt, that's all it is. It does sit snug to the body, but this one would be a perfect layering piece, but I think it's so pretty on its own. And it's one of those t-shirts that if you don't like tugging, it still sits snug to the body, but it still kind of skims beautiful, if that makes sense. That's just my belt that's sticking out there. I love this t-shirt and I'm keeping it. I think I'm taking the buttons off of it though. I don't wear a lot of silver, so I think I'll take the buttons off, but I love this t-shirt. It's definitely staying. I am always on the lookout for quirky and different pieces, something with some added detail, but it cannot add any bulk to my frame as it is. And I found this shirt. It's a little bit unusual and I can't decide whether I love it or if it's driving me crazy. The buttons going down are going crooked. They're not straight. The top button on purposely is sitting out to the side of the collar. And I absolutely love it, but it's also driving me crazy. I'm kind of like, you're crooked. So I kind of want to fix it. It is a plain and simple, basic white shirt. Other than the buttons being crooked, there are no details on it. But you can see they are they're going from the side down to the middle. Now, there is one thing about this shirt though. It stinks of vinegar. And as I said, I got this haul a few days ago. I tried a lot of things on, and this one, I just kind of left it in the bag. I opened up the bag and I was thinking, it's still in the bag, but even now it stinks of vinegar. It worries me a little bit that there's such a strong smell of it, even after being lying here open for a few days. But I'm also really loving it, and this shirt has a great fit on my body. So I'm kind of like, do I keep it? What do I do? But it really smells of vinegar. So it has the perfect fit on my body. I actually think I'm going to keep it and just give it a wash and see if I can get the smell out of it. And hopefully there's no other bad chemicals in it. Fingers crossed. This shirt was another attempt at trying to get details that doesn't add bulk, but this one just doesn't work. It has a gorgeous little knot there in the front, and I thought that maybe that would add the detail without the bulk. And I thought there's only one way I find now, that is to try it. Needless to say, this one doesn't work. This knot just keeps slipping up over my boobs, and it's just sitting up here strangling me half the time every time I move. So yes, again, if you have a smaller chest, maybe if the shirt, but I was going to say, maybe if the shirt was bigger, but then it wouldn't fit my shoulder seams, and measurement wise, it does fit my bust. Remember always to shop by measurement when you shop on Shein, all right? Never just by size. I have an entire video created just on how to shop on Shein. It's always linked in the description box. So if you need help, do go and watch that. It's apparently very helpful, so I've been told. I do love the idea of this shirt. Quality seems nice. It does not smell of vinegar, which is very, very nice, but this just doesn't work on me. I took a shot at another shirt and I love the color of it, but it's quite a busy shirt and I think it's probably too busy for my body. We have the big bow tie up here with the little flaps going down. Absolutely love it, but I kind of think I don't need it as extra bulk up here. It has fantastically fitting shoulders on me. Beautiful. And the same in the bust line. Seriously, look at this bust line. It looks amazing. But then comes the problem, it goes into a peplum. And peplum, the clever people often say the peplum is fantastic for us apples. However, for most of us apples, especially those of us with a larger chest and or a belly that's near enough in the same ratio, it doesn't work because it just kicks out and makes us look pregnant instead. So it doesn't work. This one is not too bad in the front, but then on the back, because we have the same, we have gathered it in the middle, it leaves puff up on the top and it leaves the bottom to kick out over a non-existent booty. So it just doesn't work. The sleeves are also a little bit too big for me. They're not only too long, but there's also a lot of material. So I kind of feel that I'm being swamped a little bit in this shirt. So as much as I love it, I don't think it's one I would be pulling out of the wardrobe to keep and wear very often. So for that reason, it's going back, but it's absolutely beautiful. And this color, I love it. I just thought I'd try and tuck this shirt in just so you can see, because I know a lot of you are going to suggest just to tuck it in because I love tugging, but there's kind of too much material and it still sit and do that bulging on the back, which I actually think gets even worse when it's tucked in. And also the sleeves are still too big, and this, I was thinking, can I cut them off? And you know, something, it's still not perfect, so I'm not keeping the shirt. Desperately trying to get more color into my wardrobe, I decided to go for a green blazer. I used to have one before I did my big wardrobe purge when I changed sizes, And I love my green blazer. I was so sad having to give it up. So I found this one and thought I'm gonna have to give it a try. It is a plain and simple blazer. There are no details, there are nothing out of the ordinary. It is fully lined, which you know is a must for Marleen. I love it. It has a great fit in the shoulders. It's a little bit snug on the belly, but I always size down in my blazers because I want the shoulders to fit, and then I always keep my jackets open anyway, so I don't really care if they don't look good when I close them. However, this one sadly is too snug in the arms. I can hardly move, to be honest with you. My arm are like sausages, and I think if I ordered this one up in a bigger size, it would be too wide in the shoulders. So, you know, sadly this one isn't going to stay in my wardrobe, but I'm definitely going to keep my eyes out for another green blazer because I really do love it. I once upon a time tried these exact same trousers in a purple color. I absolutely love the color of them, but sadly they were just a quarter size too small back then. Now the body changes all the time, and when I saw they had the maroon color, I thought I'm gonna have to try them. I love this color. Sadly, however, they are still just a quarter of a size too small for me, and that's my body going through a lot of changes the last year and a half. But sadly, no. The quality is just fantastic of them. They do have, I was gonna say they have a great fit on you, but they are just that tiny little bit too small, little bit too snug in the waistband, and they're just a little bit too snug. It's kind of like down below in the crotch the whole way down. Do you know, if they'd just been like an inch longer, whatever, more fabric, I don't really know how to describe it. These trousers sadly just aren't perfect, but I bloomin' love this color, and the maroon color is hot off the runway, so definitely a color that not only do I love it, but it's definitely something I want to get into my wardrobe, but it's not going to be these ones. I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with tan trousers because I'm always worried that I'm going to look naked from afar. Now, the best way to counteract this is actually by going for loose and flowy fabric, because when you're moving, it's easy to see that I'm not naked. But anyway, maybe that was too much information, I don't know. But anyway, I decided to try these. They are like a jogger style. They're really stretchy, really soft. And that's unfortunately what goes against them this time, because they're not a structured fabric. They kind of just sit and just kind of catches on my belly. They don't just, but they do skim when I stand straight, but when I move, can you see how it kind of, yeah, I don't really like it. Also, they don't have pockets, which annoys me, and they are quite short. I could only ever wear flats with these. So yeah, they're just not perfect, and I'm at that stage in my life where if I'm going to put my money into something, even if it's just from Shein, I still want proper quality. I really want to feel that the pieces are luxurious and they're worth my time and money and effort. And these one just doesn't have that. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just not like, wow, I have to have them. Hence why they're going back. I'm on a mission to level up my casual outfits a little bit. Definitely an area that needs some attention in my wardrobe. And I thought some of these jogger style trousers might just be what I'm looking for. We have the usual button and zip closers, so they're very much like a pair of trousers at the top. We also have belt loops, which I love. Sadly, no pockets though. But they go down, I would say there would have been a straight leg, and then they're just gathered down the bottom as if there's like a cuff on it. They're a little bit unusual. They're definitely out of my comfort zone, but I really kind of like them. Now, the one thing on these ones is the material is quite thin. It feels very much like a summer piece, a summer blouse, but I would say it would be 100% polyester. I didn't check the tag, but I would say it is, and I don't think I would want to wear that material in the summertime. I prefer my linens when it's warm. So I'm not sure these are right, but aesthetic-wise, they do skim the belly quite beautiful. They do fit well on the back side. Maybe it's because I'm not sure about the aesthetic of them that I'm a little bit hesitant on them. They're definitely too thin for the cooler weather at the moment. I must admit that. I'm kind of chilly wearing them already because they're so thin. I think it's an area I'm just going to have to explore a little bit more. Try some more pieces in this different aesthetic, but I do love the color though. The last piece I have for today is a dress. And I normally love this stony kind of sandy color. I just feel it completely washes me out. Yeah, I'm just not sold on this dress at all. But if we just talk about the dress itself and not the color, again, it was me looking for something different, something unusual, playing around with those fashion styles. Sadly, this one just doesn't work either. I do love the drapey neckline that's kind of to the side, but because this piece here goes over and drapes over my bust, it just makes my bust look twice as big. Also, it's a satin fabric, so that's obviously going to show up any lumps and bumps. And then we have these floaty sleeves, which are beautiful, but again, just add bolts to my chest, so it doesn't work. It has gorgeous gathering down the side. Let me move a little bit further away, which I think is beautiful. It skims gorgeous over my tummy. Doesn't catch on my tummy at all, which I think is beautiful. And it is a wrap style of a skirt part, so it's beautiful. I really do love it. How does it fit on the backside? Oh, that's gorgeous. I really do love the dress. However, again, it's just not perfect on my body. And I am at that stage, I've said it before, I've said it again, where, you know, it has to give me the right vibe. I have to have that wow feeling before a piece goes into my wardrobe. That is all the pieces I had to try for you for today. I hope if nothing else, it has given you a little bit of inspiration of pieces that you potentially could add to your wardrobe. Everything is linked in the description box, and I will add the sizes as well that I have tried for you. My measurements are down there as well if you need them for comparison, all right? But that is it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.